Good morning, student. This is Dadu Adival, and we will continue with the chapter that we have been doing, that is linear pair equation in two variable. So what we will discuss today is how from the graph you can find the solution, and you can say how many solutions are there in a particular graph. So let's see. We have seen that the standard equation for linear equation in two variable is a1 x plus b1 y plus c equal to 0. If we have two equation, that will be our a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. So this is the standard form of linear equation in two variable. Now what we have to see is that here x and y, they are variable. They are the thing that you consider in an equation, like we have done it in question 2, that is bat and ball. So like that, this value is assumption value. You have to take what is x and what is y. But this a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2, these are constants. Now in a way to put what is a constant, you have to understand it's just fixed value, na? You cannot change what is constant. Like 1, 2, 3, these are constants. Even the fixed values like pi, exponential, these are all constant values. You cannot change their value. So that's why they are called constant. Now by only looking the equation, how can you say how many solutions are there? Suppose you have two equations and you need to find, or you need to say how many answer you can get from these two equations, na? Whether you can get one solution or many solution or no solution. First we will understand what is solution for an equation. Suppose you have 2x plus 3y equal to 0. Say another equation, 5x plus 4y equal to 0. Suppose we have two pairs of equation. Now here, to put it in a simple way, let's compare it. Say 41 and say 32. Now to understand this, we can say this one is a1, a2, a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. This is a particular equation, and we can say by comparing it to the standard equation. Now by looking this two equation only, can you say how many solution there? Now like to understand what is a solution, let me put it in this way. For a value of x, for a single value of x, if you put this, the value of x here and here, you will get same y, or you will get some answer. That is called a solution. Now by looking at this two equation, how can you say? Let me put it in graphical way, then you can understand more. Let's say we have a graph and you have two lines, say this one and this one. Now just see, this is our line 1 and line 2. Now what is a solution? We are discussing what is a solution by graphical method, na? To understand the situation, we have to understand what is solution for a particular equation. Now see this point, this particular point. For this point, if you see this particular point, na, you will have same x and same y for both the lines. That means for line 1 and line 2, you will have same x, same y. Now in algebraic form, if you see this x, suppose I put x equal to 2 and I got y equal to say 4. It's just an assumption. So if I put value of x here 2, I will get a value of y is equal to 4. Here also if I put value of x equal to 2, I will get a value of y is equal to 4. This is called a solution for a particular equation. Now it does not matter how many lines are there. If you have even 3 lines and they intersect at the same point, that means they will have same solution. To understand this more clearly, I'll give an example. Suppose this is our line and another line is there in this way. Now you may think this line has no solution, but if you extend this line, here you will get. So it depends, you have to check it thoroughly. If you go by graphical method, it, as I told you yesterday, it depends how many choice you choose for a particular graph. Like if you choose 3 variable, it may come up to this, but by to get the solution you will need at least 5 different values. So let's see. Now by looking these 2 equations, we can say how many solutions are there. Let me put in a simple way. If you have one solution, that means graph will look like somewhat this. That means it will intersect somewhere. Say this, nah? So this particular graph will have no solution because they will never meet anywhere soever. So for many solution, if this is a line and another line is there same at the same place, 2 lines, so they are like, you can say they merge each other, merge into each other. So we can say that these 2 have same values in every x and every y. Like for any x you will get y, for the other line also same x same y. So by looking at these 2 equations, how can we say how many solutions are there? So the book already gave us different equation. By looking at them we can say, but how it came, you have to go in higher classes in order to understand how it came. But by looking at these 2 equations we can say how many solutions are there, whether there is single solution, many solution or no solution. For these 3 things we have to compare these constant values: a1, b1, c1, c2, b2 and a2. These values we have to compare. Like in order to get to know how many solutions are there, let's compare it. If a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, this is the first parameter to understand what is linear equation in 2 variable and how many solutions are there in this 2 equation. So if you like have this kind of equation and if there doesn't match, I will show you with an example, then you can say this is an intersecting line. Again, if you have say a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2, then we can imply that there are infinite solution. So for this particular equation we will have no solution. That means the graph somewhere will look like this. They will never parallel line, so they will never meet, so no solution. Again, if you have everything equal, okay, let me put. If A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2, then you will have infinite solution. So for this, we will understand these things with an example. Let me write the standard values so you can understand. So you have A1 x plus B1 y plus C1 equal to 0. A2 x plus B2 y plus C2 equal to 0. The first case was A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. So for this we will have intersecting line. So you can say one solution, intersecting, one solution. Again, A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. So many solution. Again, if you have like find any equation like this, A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is not equal to C1 by C2, then we can say no solution. No solution. Now let's see this with an example. So we have a question that goes like this: 5x plus, it's minus 4y plus 8 equal to 0. 7x plus 6y minus 9 equal to 0. This is question number 2, exercise 3.2. Exercise 3.2, question number 2
was very small to understand, so we made it a little bit big to understand. Now we'll see the points.
So now we will see
2100 by 300.
How to solve this?
Like in
A1 by
A2
A2.
2100.
So it is 2100. This is our A1
and 300. So 300
B1
and 2100.
C1.
Somewhere here.
A2 B2 and
2700 by 200. So 200 is here.
Let me write it so you
and
can understand it more clearly.
Here.
So here our A1 is 5.
2800. I cannot go
A2
much further, but it's
one.
like somewhere
7.
here lies, na? And we'll go
B1
400.
is
So it is
4.
somewhere here.
B2 is
in order to get
6.
a graph, you see our line
C1
will go
is
somewhere
8.
downwards.
C2
It's
is
like convergent graph
9.
to the end of the line.
So just
Here
now
if
we
you
need
see
to put the
from this
values
side,
there.
it is
Let's
divergent.
see.
And another line you will have which will
A1
cross
by
these
A2.
two lines.
Let's see, A1 by A2.
You'll
It's 5
find
by 7.
if you draw the other graph, you will
And
see a point
4
of
by
intersection
6.
between two graphs. This line and another line.
So
that
4 by 6
intersection
means
point will
it's
give us the exact
2 by 3.
value of the x and y's,
And which is
for
not
which
equal to
two
5 by
equation
7.
can be solved. We'll see this in the
So
next
5
class.
by 7 is not equal to
For
2 by
today,
3. I
thank
can
you
simply
all.
say one solution. So this particular equation or two equation will have only one intersecting point. That means only one solution you can find. Let's see with another example now. Exercise 3.2, question number 2. 3. 6x minus 3y plus 10 equal to 0. 2x minus y plus 9. So this is A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. Now see, here we have to look for this y. In front of y nothing is there, so you have to take 1. And if you compared it to standard value, see A1x and we have a plus b1y, but here minus, so you have to take b1 equal to minus 3, again b2 equal to minus 1, rest is okay. We'll assume the value. Again I am saying, if you compared it with the standard value, there is a plus, here is a minus, so you have to take the value, the constant value as minus. So a1 by a2, that is 6 by 2, and here 3 by 1, so it's correct. So it's 3 by 1 only. Uh, 6 by 2 and 3 by 1, and that is 10 by 9. So it's 3 by 1 only. If you cut 3 by 1, which is equal to 3 by 1, correct, but which is not equal to, so I can say from this equation a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, which is not equal to c1 by c2, and we know this condition is this, the last one, and for this last one we have no solution. So whatsoever what you do, you will have no solution. That means the line may look like this if you draw a graph, a parallel line. In parallel lines, they will never intersect and we will have no solution. So with this, we are ending our class, and if you have any confusion, please feel to contact me in WhatsApp group or school.